Namaste and a warm welcome to each of you. I'm glad to be amidst you today. A day going to be a wonderful nostalgia for each of us present here. I'm indeed happy to welcome the team of students and teachers of Sujata Mahavidyalaya from Sri Lanka for a virtual interaction with our students of Natesan. Our school not only focuses on academics but also ensures the best is given to our students in all possible ways. One such as the international collaboration projects. Year on year, a team of students and teachers get an opportunity to visit various countries headed by our founder and chairman, Dr. N. Ramasubramanian, and correspondent principal, Dr. Gayatri Ramchandran. Not only that, we also conduct Skype sessions for our students to interact with our partner schools throughout the globe to learn about their culture, education system, languages, and many more. I'm sure the bright and enthusiastic children from both these schools are going to make the day more beautiful. With this short note, without taking much of your time, children, now I leave the platform open to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
To all of you, dear Madam Principal, dear teachers, and my dear friends. Today we are going to start our online meeting based on the major topic Indian culture and society. Under this major topic, we are expecting to talk about Indian culture, society, various languages that used in India, India's government and film industry, and share our ideas with you. So before starting this meeting, we welcome you all for this program, and I hope this meeting will success. So let's start our program, and thank you.
All of you.
Good
My
morning.
question is, what are the main reasons for air pollution that occurred in India?
Thanks for asking an amazing.
From air pollution.
I'm Kaushika of class 7. Ma'am, Mr. Principal.
Yes, my yes.
The pollution caused by humanity can't be ignored anymore. Humanity has to finally take responsibility and try to fix what it has caused only. Don't be cost of traffic. Always use and promote dustbin.
Topic is school management of your country. My first question is, we like to know about your school management system. How you maintain your school industry and what is your school management system?
First of all, a very happy morning. Before answering your question, let me introduce myself. Myself Shreyas of class 10. And before answering your question, I will share my screen. Just a minute. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes,
I hope it is
yes.
visible.
Yes,
And
Shreyas.
okay, miss. If we have a look at our school management, it is headed by the founder chairman and correspondent principal. And under them, there are the non-teaching staffs and the teaching staffs. The non-teaching staffs deal with the administration works and is headed by the administrative officer. If we have a look at the teaching staffs, it is headed by the vice principals, and vice principals play a key role in maintaining the link between the top management and the coordinators, and the vice principals play a key role in making many of the decisions. And after the vice principals, there are the coordinators, and then at last the teachers. All of them together as a whole work together as a management. I hope I have answered your question. If there are any queries, you can ask me.
That's great, Shreyas. Thank you for your question and the answer.
Thank you. The second one is, we have syllabus is 12 subjects for grade 6 to 9, 9 subjects for grade 10 and 11, and also 3 subjects for grade 12 and 13. We have 4 categories as primary, lower secondary, upper secondary, and advanced level. What are the academic categories and syllabus in your school?
Yeah. before going on to the academic categories and syllabus followed in a school, let me tell you about the boards followed in India. So, though there are various boards in India, I'm going to share about the two predominant boards. One is the CBSE and the second one is the state board. If you have a look at the CBSE, the expansion is Central Board of Secondary Education. It is managed by the Union Government of India. Uh, those schools which work under the CBSE get syllabuses and books from the Union Government of India. And if you have a look at the State Board of Education, it is a board of education which is governed by the respective states, and the books and syllabuses are given by the respective government of that particular state. And there are three types of schools in India as follows. One is the government schools, where the government controls and the schools are funded by the government. And the next one is government aided schools, where the schools are funded by partially by the government and partially by a private management. And the third one is private schools, where private organizations or private management controls the school. If we have a look at the academic categories in our school, there are 5 types of categories. One is lower primary, also known as pre-primary, which refers to the kindergarten to grade 2 students. The next one is upper primary or primary, where which refers to the grade 3 to 5 students. The next one is lower secondary, also known as the middle school, refers to the grade 6 to grade 8 students. Secondary or high school refers to grade 9 and 10 students. And finally, senior secondary or higher secondary refers to grade 11 and 12 students. If we have a look at the various syllabus followed in our school, for the students up to grade 2, we have 4 subjects. For students between grade 3 to 8, we have 7 subjects. And apart from these 7 subjects, we also follow the ECA classes, where extracurricular activities like Bharatnatyam, chess, Silambam, karate, and roller skating are being practiced by the students. And apart from all these, grade 3 to 8 students are also given a book called Wonder of Words, where the students gain leadership skill and also the language skill. If we have a look at the grade 9 to 12 students, we follow the Tamil Nadu State Board syllabus. Grade 10 students go on with 5 subjects, while grade 9 and 11, grade 9, 11 and 12 students go on with 6 subjects. If you have a look at the various streams available for class 11 and 12 students, there are 2. One is the science stream, the next one is the commerce stream. The students aspiring for a medical based field will opt for science. Also, the students aspiring to become an engineer or go on in the field of research will opt for science. And the students aspiring to do chartered accountancy, banking, and any kind of financial related fields will opt for commerce. I hope I have answered your question. If there was some disturbance while I was explaining, you can ask me again.
It's wonderful,
Thank you.
Shreyas, for your elaborate explanation.
Thank you.
How are you following on your education with the COVID-19 pandemic, and how you get to school in the terrible time period?
I would like to answer this question. This is Bidula from grade 10, and the question is great, and it's about the big word called pandemic COVID-19. For this particular question, I would like to share a PPT presentation for you all. Just give me a
Thank you.
I hope my screen is visible and welcome to the interaction. So these are the objectives of the school, in which first one is Bhakti, which refers to respect and devotion to God, Guru, elders and nation, in which Guru refers to the teachers. And the second one is Seva, to serve the needy and the poor, not only to serve the needy and the poor, but also the people who requires a legal help. And the third one is Jnanam. It's the way of imparting knowledge and education to the students in a high way. So the following which I'm gonna show you all are the tips we follow in our day-to-day life to fight against the pandemic. And the first thing is wearing mask. The students will always ensure that are we wearing our mask in a right way, and we would also contain a spare mask so that if one got spoiled, we use the other one. The next thing is using hand sanitizers frequently. The students will always contain a small pocket hand sanitizer with them, and you can also get to see that hand sanitizers being provided by the management with a distance of about 10 to 20 meters. The next one is sanitizing the classrooms before and after use. Our non-teaching staffs will sanitize the classrooms before and after use on a daily basis. The next thing is checking temperatures. When we are entering into our school campus, our PT masters will always ensure that is our body temperature is normal. And after checking our temperatures, we will align in such a way according to our grades, and then we will enter inside our classrooms with social distance. And the sixth one is the new norm. You can get to see some of the clips like this inside a school campus, so that it's like a reminder to the students, teachers, and as well as for the parents that COVID-19 is something which is very important to do so, and we shouldn't be careless about it. So it's just a reminder like thing, and these are the tips which we follow inside a school campus on a daily basis to fight against the big word called pandemic COVID-19. But at the end of the day, it's somewhat difficult to follow these instructions regularly on a daily basis. But we all would pray to the Almighty God that this situation will as soon as possible come to an end. And I would thank you all for the cooperation given, and also the management for this splendid opportunity. And thank you. Have a great day ahead.